This is solving one-step equations using addition and subtraction part 2. So we have our equation 7 is equal to x minus negative 2. So let's solve this mathematically. So we need to isolate the variable. The variable is x, so we need to isolate. In order to isolate this variable, we need to do the inverse operation. This is the inverse of minus negative 2 plus negative 2. So in order to balance this equation, we need to do it on the left side also, plus negative 2. Well, this cancels out. So what is 7 plus negative 2? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 pairs out. So we're left with 5. X is equal to 5. Let's check our work. 7 is equal to x minus negative 2. To check our work, we substitute or replace the x with 5. So I'm going to replace or substitute with 5. What is 5 minus negative 2? Again, for those who forgot how to subtract integer, it's adding the opposite. 7 plus 2, 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 is equal to 7. It works. So x is equal to 5. So again, what we did was we isolated the variable. Then we did the inverse operation. The inverse operation of minus negative is plus negative 2 is plus negative 2. We balance it out and found x equals 5. So in today's lesson, you are pretty much going to be given algebra tiles. Algebra tiles, you would be drawing pictorially, and then you will be answering. So for example, x plus 4 equals negative 5. So we have x, erase that. We have x plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is equal to negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we will need to isolate this variable x. We need to isolate this variable x. In order to isolate this variable, we need to do the inverse operation. What's the inverse of positive 1? Negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Let's balance it out. So negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, or negative 4. So this cancels out. So x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 9. What if you did not prefer using algebra tiles? You prefer to use the mathematical. I need to isolate this variable x. To isolate this variable x, we do the inverse operation of plus 4. This 4 minus 4, this cancels out. X is equal to, let me erase this. I do prefer writing it like this. So negative 5 minus 4, add the opposite, that's negative 9. X equals negative 9. You check your work. Negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. Check one. Let's look at number 3. Let's do this mathematically. I need to isolate this variable x. In order to isolate this variable x, I need to do the inverse operation of negative 4 plus 4 plus 4. So this cancels out. X equal negative 1 plus 4. This cancels out, so it's positive 3. X equals 3. Check my work. I replace the substitute as x with 3. Negative 4 plus 3. Cancel, 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 cancel. You get negative 1. So number 4. Let's use algebra tiles to represent this. I have x. I have 5 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals positive 2. I need to isolate this variable x. So I need to do the inverse of positive negative 5 as positive 5. So I need to balance it, so I have positive 5 on this side. So this all this here. So the answer would be x equal, all this cancel out, x equals 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, positive 5, positive 6, positive 7, x equals 7. To check my work, I substitute x with 7, 7 positives with plus 5 negatives gives us positive 2. That one. Okay. So you are going to be doing several examples on your own, and then we're going to be doing oh, let's go here now. So solve these without tiles and then graph on a number line. So I need to isolate this variable m. In order to isolate variable m, I need to do the inverse operation of minus 14 plus 14 plus 14. What do you get? We get 9 negatives, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 14 positives. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. It is m equals positive 5. I need to graph this. To graph this, this is 5, 6, 7. Erase this. So we put a dot at 5 so that the m equals 5. Next one, let's skip down to number 3. Number 3, let's do this one. Number 12. This is a good problem. Erase this. So I need to isolate this variable f. In order to do so, I need to do the inverse operation. Inverse operation of plus negative 5 is minus 5 minus negative 5. So I balance it. Now, how do you subtract 3 minus negative 5? Remember, subtracting integers, you add the opposite. So 3 plus 5 positive f equals 8. Check your work. Substitute the f with 8. 8 plus negative 5 is 3. So I graph 8. This is 10. This is 7 and 6. So f equals 8. And so that's how you, in case you still do not know, hopefully you have a better grasp of how to solve one-step equations with addition and subtraction.